Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell. Then immediately go to the Nerdsense channel. This one's easy when I'm in the middle because it doesn't matter which way I point, I'm right. Um, and subscribe to them and hit the notification bell so you get their updates as well. So we have what I think is going to be a really fun beer today. It is Black Tuesday. And if you don't know what Black Tuesday is, come on, get out of the rock you live under. But here's what's fun about this. I haven't even let you guys talk yet. This is the Cognac barrel aged one, 20.4% ABV. It was aged for 18 months. And it's probably everything we're going to say about the beer. As you guys can see, if you're watching and not just listening, Sean is on my whatever direction that is when you're watching, and Mike's on this direction. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
Too much. Man.
How's it going?
I am excited for this.
So I did already take off the wax, or not the wax, the foil, whatever you want to call it, because I was so excited to get into this. I'm like, I don't want to waste any time. And now.
So that didn't work at all. It took off like the bottom part.
Me too. Oh, I didn't even get that much.
The top came off, and then I had to monkey around to get the base off. Yeah.
I'm going to take the whole thing off with the bottle opener, so we can go right to this if you want.
Nice. Now, people who are watching at home, if you are interested in other variants, you guys have already posted 2 other variants, right?
Yep. Yes. We've done Madeira, Mike and I did together, and then we did the Sherry with Kyle back in.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
Months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, in person. Duh. Yeah.
Yep.
And those are on the Nerdsense channel, guys. So again, make sure you check them out. I'll link to their. I'll make it easy. There'll be a link in the description box.
Oh, cool. That works.
Cool. Right to their channel.
They always have these they're like social media on the bottom of their caps. I don't recall that.
It's funny when we weren't sure if there was a cork or not. I watched your review. I saw that. I noticed it when you might have shown it up to the camera.
Oh, did I?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So besides the beer being courtesy of Mike, these glasses are courtesy of Mike as well.
They are.
Thanks, Mike. Glass and everything. This is so proper. Proper AF, right? Hashtag proper AF. See, we're cool. We're young and
classy. It's classy. That's what it is.
And we're
I tried getting ahead. That didn't help at all.
Not much, no. A lot of lace or a lot of legs, though.
Oh, there's a lot of over 24.4%.
I mean, it almost looks like my glass is broken, like it has a crack in it, but that's just legs. And what do you guys think about the color? How would you describe that part of it?
As I was pouring it, it was kind of brown red, but now it looks black.
Yeah, it's virtually black, but there's just a hint of amber almost to it, just a hint all around the edges.
Around the edges where it's thinner, you can see the amber, color.
Yeah, if I get it right up in the light, yeah, definitely.
It's not quite motor oil, but it's definitely more black than anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's runnier than you'd think, though. Because of the high ABV.
Yeah. The viscosity is not. Yeah, it'll be interesting when we taste it if we think it's thin or not. But anyway, aroma.
Let's do it.
I really like this smell. just put that out there. I really like how this smells.
It's very figgy and raisiny.
Yeah. But you get enough alcohol where it is a little rum soaked raisin. Not that this is rum, but you get that sort of booze soaked the raisins, the figs, the dates.
I'm getting grape.
Yeah.
Straight almost like a Merlot grape. You know what I mean? Like a big red or purple, I guess, grape. That's what I'm getting.
Yep.
I get some real grape, but even a little bit of grape juice, and you're saying the wine note, which makes sense, for the beer.
If I get a big pull from the back, I get a black licorice, anise type vibe going on.
I'm getting also sort of like tobacco leaf, cigar tobacco leaf.
Mm-hmm. But not smoky, not like someone smoking a cigar. Just Yep, exactly. Yep. And I do get some chocolate. I mean, I do. There's
almost
a lot more.
It's almost chocolate syrupy. It's almost like Hershey syrup for me.
I'll go along with that.
This smells amazing, guys.
It does. I mean, it smells really good. Yeah. Should we get a taste, or do we have other thoughts? All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Mike. Thanks, Mike.
Very welcome.
Yeah. Who wants to start?
Wow.
Yeah, I'll start. This is so far my favorite one we've done.
This is really good.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I don't necessarily think it's the best one. I just think that we've let it sit long enough, you know. But what I'm getting, I'm almost getting like I'm getting candied sugar. I mean, obviously you get a big hit of alcohol, but I'm getting like candied fruits, like dark fruits. I'm getting even just a hint of I mean, I'm getting grape for sure. I'm getting prune. I'm getting raisin. I'm getting all these dark fruits, but almost like, to me, almost like sugar covered. It's just a hint of this big sweet note I'm getting out of it. It's almost like crystallized sugar. But I am getting like dark chocolate, and I'm getting a little bit of that sort of that unsmoked tobacco kind of a smell. I mean, taste. But you know what I mean? I'm like that kind of a leather almost too.
Leave us some tasting notes, Mike. Jeez. Just kidding.
Everything you said, yes.
No, I'm glad you said the grape thing and kind of emphasized it. That was the first note I got. The first note was this grape. And then for me, unlike the aroma where I got more grape and grape juice, it was winey. And maybe because I had some of the alcohol in the taste too, but it did go grape wine for me, to be a little bit more specific. How about you, Sean?
The way that, like, I think for me, like the initial sip, I got the cognac, and I got the barrel characteristic. It was very barrely, kind of earthy almost. And given the way I poured it, I probably should have given the way it poured, I should have expected the mouthfeel. But the mouthfeel is not syrupy. It's not like super oily either. It's very light. My other first initial, and I guess it's not my other first initial thought, but one of my initial thoughts was this drink's more like if I drank this blind, I don't think I would pick that this was stout. I would think this was maybe a blend of a stout, strong ale, right? Like one of those Firestone anniversary beers.
This drinks a lot like one of those Firestone and Walker anniversary beers. That's a really good pull. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that. Going back to the viscosity or lack of viscosity, that to me is really interesting because it is a very long flavor. Like it without like feeling oily or coating or whatever, it is long. You know, I was thinking of that when you were talking, and I took another sip. So there was a sip in there.
Because I kept talking.
No. But like I did know, maybe a little bit. It's the nature of the beast with three people. Come on. But just how like I'm still tasting it. It's been a bit since I've had a sip, and it's still very impactful and all that. You know, which is nice. Yeah. There are some tasting notes. I don't want to jump the gun if we want to have a couple more thoughts or anything before we see what they had to say.
The only other thing I think I would add is before we opened the beer, I started thinking to myself, like, I haven't had cognac in a while. Am I going to remember what cognac tastes like? And then, like, once I took my first sip and I got the cognac, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Like, whenever I think cognac, like, I know it's sort of like in the same family as like a whiskey almost, right? But it does have that like different characteristics. Okay, maybe it's not the same. I guess maybe not. What's it made of?
It's cognac is brandy, right? But from the Cognac region of France, brandy is like the way we would say what originally was called like brandy vine, which is burnt wine. You take actual wine and then you distill that into cognac.
For some reason, I always thought cognac was like not whiskey-esque, but like in the same general family, but maybe like a sweeter version of it. But
I mean, a distilled, liquor, or is it liquor or liqueur at that point? I don't even know.
It's liquor.
Well,
what's
so
the general
it's like
proof?
a grape-based liquor essentially. So I mean, I get the spirit part, but I think that helps explain the grapiness of it too. You know.
Oh yeah.
But that's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead with the tasting notes.
All right, so let me find featuring hints of savory caramel, vanilla, and honey,
Oh, interesting.
and then notes of dark fruits, which talked about extensively. Creme brulee, I think, because I'm not getting a lot of vanilla. I know. Of course, I'm
I'm not either.
the one who said it, but so my mind doesn't go to vanilla or creme brulee, and then rich chocolate, which I do agree. The more my palate is getting used to all the stuff going on, the easier it is to pick out the chocolate specifically. But I still agree with you, Sean. It's not 100% stouty, but there is enough chocolate where it's like stout would be part of the blend, to go back to your Patterson Walker comparison.
Yep. I think the creme brulee may not be like the actual custardy part, but Mike, you mentioned burnt sugar, so that could be because the top of creme brulee, so that would be that. I do get a little bit of honey sweetness kind of right across the mid to the mid palate right when it finishes. Like, it's very quick though.
It's actually amazing that with this, I'm actually able to pick out way more things from these ones than from this one than the other two. I think the other ones were so hot when we had them. This is, I mean, booze is there, but it's not as hot as the other two, it seems, that we've had.
So speaking of it sitting, so it is from 2021. Do you remember what time of year? It only says the year. I'm just curious if it's like a year at this point in the bottle, or.
I think so. I think it's roughly a year, because I do believe they're doing another one right now.
So maybe summertime last year. So about a year on it, maybe. So that makes sense with what you're saying. And
it says it's been 18 months in the barrel.
Yeah.
Already.
And for how high the alcohol content is, it's not too much at the forefront. It's certainly what is there is not distracting from anything else. And I guess I am getting warmth, but at no point am I getting burned, which is pretty impressive for the ABV.
Yep, agreed.
To go back to that honey note, it's weird because I just get like, not maple syrup, but to me it's more like a syrup kind of a thing. But I think it's the same note, but it's interesting because it's not a syrupy beer, but the taste of it, I don't know.
Like, I may not have said honey if I didn't hear the word honey. Like I knew there was this like weird, like this like syrupy, and honey is sort of, I guess it's syrupy, like maple syrup in that sense of like. But maybe that's what I was getting, and like once I heard the word honey, I was like, oh, that's probably it.
Yeah.
I also think that because you're getting some of that barrel, I think you are getting this sort of a little bit of a mapley thing from it. And that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
And I am actually, like, now that my palate's really now it's really acclimated to like what I'm drinking, and my nose. I am pulling just a little vanilla on the nose, but I'm still not getting on the palate.
I get a little bit of the like. It's not like smoky. It's not that far, but again, like I think a beer like this, it does many sips. It's kind of like sipping like whiskey or whatever, right? Like you kind of get used to it, and then you start noticing more and more, and especially the more subtle notes come out more, easier to identify. It's not smoky, it's not peaty, but again, like just to tie this back to a stout, there is just like a little bit of that like roasted dark malt coming through also, which is nice. And but yeah, I think, again, like for the third time, to go back to what Sean said, I think aging it in cognac, it gives it all this extra depth, and like it drinks like a blend. It's so, I like that note so much.
Yeah.
Man, it's good.
Yeah, I would say this is definitely my favorite so far.
Those fruit notes are so good. I'll 20 of them, or however many are in this. The fruit notes are really nice.
Yeah, actually, I'm starting to get cherry as well now. That's sort of that dry, that sort of that slightly tart cherry almost. Just a little bit of tart cherry.
Yeah.
It is, every sip is almost just not completely different, but I'm finding new things.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
This beer is elegant.
Yeah. And what's interesting too, like there's desserty elements, and maybe it's the barrel aging, maybe it's ABV, but like it's definitely not overly sweet. It's not, but there is, you get these sweet notes, and you get things that are sweet to eat, So you get like those things, but then it dries out enough. This is really nice.
This would be a perfect like digestive.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like have a, you know, I guess Kyle wouldn't do a steak, but you know, do your dinner, something kind of like a no, I didn't mean that in a pejorative way, but like you have your dinner and instead of I guess you could do dessert too, because I don't do dessert, but this would be what my post dinner drink. It'd be really nice, just like 3 ounces, just to be perfect.
Yep.
I'm definitely going to cap it, make dinner, eat dinner, and then come back to it as a dessert aperitif kind of a thing. Yeah.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Before we wrap up, any other thoughts or anything you want to say about the beer? Or
no, I would say just look out for the last one at some point whenever we can find the time to get us 3 together. Oh, actually, we have to find the second bottle of scotch.
There's a scotch variant of this floating out there somewhere that we will find, and we will do this again. No, it's awesome. You guys just celebrated your 1,000th video, which was awesome.
We did. Thank you so much for making fun of us. We really loved it.
It was so much fun. I'm glad other people commented too. Like it was hard because there's such an affinity for you guys, but it was fun to do, and it was awesome to celebrate, and I loved it. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, make sure you check them out. Like I said, I will link to their channel in the description box below. These are the Nerdsense guys. Some of my best friends. Make sure you check them out. Once you're done checking them out, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.